Hello everyone, this is Atin. I'm back with another video. Few of my friends who are eligible for Dropbox have been issued 221G after submitting their documents. So we are going to see why they have been issued 221G. Along with it, we will also see what are the steps the applicant has to follow if he or she has been issued 221G. And if he has been asked to schedule in-person interview or fingerprints, then how long does it take to schedule an appointment? And how long does it take to get the passport in hand? So let's get into the video for more information. Recently, Department of State announced extended interview waiver eligibility, which is also called as the Dropbox eligibility, due to which many applicants fall under the new Dropbox eligibility criteria, which is really a happy news for the people who are planning to travel from US to India or who are already looking for appointments in India. But a point to be noted over here is just because you are eligible for Dropbox doesn't mean that you will not be called in-person interview. And this is a point which has been mentioned as a part of the new announcement itself. So recently we have been hearing from few of our friends who are eligible for Dropbox but have been issued a 221G after submitting the documents. To understand the reason why they have been issued 221G, I would like to explain this scenario, because if you fall under such a scenario, maybe you have to know what are the steps that you have to follow if you are going to be issued 221G, or if you have not yet traveled to India for stamping till now and you fall under such category, then what are the things that you have to take care of. So this is what we are going to see. The reason for my friends to receive 221G is they are in change of status. But don't worry, just because you are in change of status doesn't mean that you will receive 221G. Basically, change of status is nothing but if you are changing from one visa category to another visa category. Say for example, you can change from F1 visa to H1B, or from H1B to H4, or from H4 to H1B, or even from B1, B2 to H1B. So there are many possibilities of a change of status. And my friend who is an applicant EX traveled to US in H1B, which is a work visa. But then later he converted his visa category to H4 for some reason. And again he changed it to H1B. Now he has traveled to India and he has to go for stamping. Is he eligible for Dropbox? The answer is yes. This applicant is eligible for Dropbox and he has already submitted the documents and now he has been issued 221G. And in the same scenario, this is not the first time we have been hearing that a change of status applicant is receiving 221G. For example, another scenario is an applicant who has been in H1B, then for some reason he has moved to B1, B2, and again he moved to H1B. And even this applicant has been issued 221G. Maybe the reason is the same. So if you fall under such category, then probably you are having a chance of getting 221G is the point. This applicant received his passport along with the 221G after 8 days of submitting his document in Dropbox appointment. And now let's see how this 221G looks like and what are the options available over here. So this is the 221G slip. This is what the main part of the document, and here you can see fingerprint verification option and interview options, which means while the consular officer adjudicating your case, and if he feels that the applicant has to appear for fingerprint again or he has to appear for in-person interview again, then they will give a check mark over the options. For this applicant, the officer have mentioned that the applicant has to appear for interview only, which means the applicant has to schedule an in-person interview only and he need not go for biometrics. But if this option of fingerprint has been checked on, then he has to schedule for biometrics as well as in-person interview. There is two other options in the fingerprints, which is like on any work day and on specific day. That again depends on the case. One more point to be noted over here is they have checked on one other option, which is you must schedule 221G appointment only for Mumbai Consulate. And there are few other options. You must be accompanied by a parent or both the parents or legal guardian, or you must appear for interview on, if they have any specific date, then they might have mentioned over there. And if they require particular documents, probably they will mention it over the last option. You must bring the following documents with you. So this is how the 221G looks like. As I mentioned earlier, the point to be noted over here is the applicant have been asked to schedule only in Mumbai Consulate. Why? Because the applicant has already dropped his document by choosing Mumbai Consulate. So they have asked to get back to the same consulate for the interview. After receiving your passport and 221G in hand, then what next? Of course, you have to reschedule an appointment. But this time, it is not just scheduling an appointment. It is called as a follow-up appointment. Because if you see the screen, this is the screen that you might have seen after scheduling an appointment, and you might have seen your appointment details over here. But after receiving your 221G, the same portal will show you an option of schedule an appointment. So this is the option you'll be able to see after receiving your 221G. But then if you click on to that radio button, you will be directed to scheduling your follow-up appointment. Now after you have been redirected to the appointment screen, you might ask a question. Maybe in 220 they have mentioned it that you have to schedule only in Mumbai Consulate. Why don't I schedule in other consulate if the slots are available? But the fact is that after you have been redirected to the scheduling screen, you will not be able to see any other option apart from the Mumbai Consulate. You will not even have a drill down option of other consulate. But it might change for case to case. But if you have been mentioned as a Mumbai Consulate or any other consulate where you have dropped your documents, maybe this could be the scenario for you as well. And you will be able to see few dates which is available. But it need not be very much near date which you are expecting for. But you will be able to see some dates which is available where you will be able to schedule immediately, which is the following appointment. And this applicant have received a 221G in the month of January 2022, but he was able to schedule only in March 2022. And now he has to wait for 2 more months to go for an appointment. Though it is a follow-up appointment, end of the day he had plans to travel to US immediately, but now due to this delay of 221G, he have to wait till March. And another applicant with the same scenario who dropped his document in Chennai was able to schedule in the month of February itself. Even he submitted his document in the month of January in Chennai Consulate, and now he was able to schedule in the month of February itself. But it doesn't mean that Chennai is having more slots or the timeline is less. It again depends on the consulate to consulate and the time when you are getting to 220 and the time when you are checking for the slots. So everything is related to each other. So this is how the follow-up appointment confirmation looks like. And here you can see all the details that even visa priorities 220 has been mentioned over here, and all other information is as like the other normal confirmation page. And when it comes to slots availability, not only the normal slots are in demand, in fact the 220 appointments are also in demand is what we could understand over here. So in this scenario, the time taken for approval is of course getting delayed. But what if the applicant is having US citizen kid and one of the parent is already in US? So there is a solid reason for the applicants to travel to US immediately. Or the US citizen kid is having school, or he's away from his mom for a long time, or maybe any other reason could be there. So in such a scenarios, will the applicant be able to expedite his request? And when this question with almost a related scenario has been raised to Mumbai Consulate today, let's see what is the reply. There was an applicant who has raised almost the same scenario, but he has been issued 220 and have been asked to appear for fingerprint. But he was able to get an appointment only in the month of April, which is too long for him because he is having some solid reason. So when this question has been raised, the Mumbai Consulate have mentioned that the applicant can contact US Consulate General Mumbai's American Citizen Services at mumbaiacs@state.gov. But if there is an immediate threat to the health or welfare of a US citizen, then better call to this number. So if you fall under this scenario, then better you can reach out to the mentioned phone number and then you can shoot your question and maybe you'll be able to get a quick answer. After attending the follow-up appointment, be it like in-person interview or fingerprints, how long does it take to receive the passport in hand is another question. So right now with the current scenario, it is taking approximately 4 to 10 business days or 2 weeks max. It differs from case to case and consulate to consulate as well. But overall picture is again, it is roughly around 4 to 10 business days or to the max 14 days. So the reason behind bringing this topic over here is recently many people have been issued 220NG. So this might help people who have not yet traveled to India from US and having plans to travel to US in coming days. Then please keep in mind that it might take time, which means plan for an extended stay or be ready with the buffer of at least 2 weeks of extended stay, so that even if your case is going for 220NG for any additional documents or again asking you to schedule an in-person interview or fingerprints, then you might be able to manage and go with your plan to travel itself. Hope this information was helpful, and there are a few more information that is coming up in the next video. So please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and stay tuned with Purna Arti Vlog for more and more updates on embassy, immigration, travel and vlogs. Stay healthy, stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.